Shalom. Giving all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. The double honors to the apostles, bishops, others of Great Millstone. Shalom to you, hopefully elect. It's your brother Yahweh call from Great Millstone on. And, just real quick, because there's a certain spirit that the Lord has out there, being that we're in an atmosphere of judgment, and as I've been talking about, especially over the past year or so, going into this feeling of anticipation, like something's getting ready to happen, but nevertheless, like I was saying, there's a certain spirit out there, more and more, certain of the Lord's creatures, being revealed, the chariot sightings becoming more and more common, and just in this particular video, dealing with the special judgments that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai has reserved, on standby specifically for America. All right. And I just want to touch on really dealing with the special judgments, part of the Lord's special judgments being the newly created beast. All right. Because make no mistake about it, the Lord is always, so to say, the Lord is always cooking, like it tells you in Jeremiah, John 14, how the Lord goes to prepare a place for us. The Lord is always creating creation. All right. The process of creation didn't stop during when you read in Genesis, how the first day, the second day, the third day, the process of creation didn't stop then, so the Lord is always cooking. All right. Creation is always being brought into existence, and a part of the Lord's creation is the newly created beast, because like I said, there's a certain spirit that the Lord has out there. I saw this movie, the Godzilla -1. I saw that movie when it came out, which I highly encourage, because Godzilla, he's supposed to be he's supposed to be wrecking shit. This new age Godzilla, man, me personally, I don't really like it, but the Godzilla, this new Godzilla, -1, where it pretty much depicts how Godzilla is supposed to be, just a damn wrecking ball. This new Godzilla, this new Godzilla -1, Godzilla in Godzilla -1, in -1, Godzilla in Godzilla -1. All right, that's how Godzilla is supposed to be. If you haven't seen the movie, like I said, I highly encourage you to see it, especially with the atomic breath scene. Just a damn savage, wrecking shit, and just things like that, because it's becoming more and more common. Creatures, certain creatures, the Lord is more and more, so people are capturing certain of these creatures on camera and video and whatnot. Because like I said, going to the spirit that the Lord has out there, these spirits of vengeance. All right, these creatures, Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai has a lot of special things reserved for America. I'm gonna get this real quick in what was that, 2 Peter. Second Peter chapter 3. 2 Peter 3:7. But the heavens and the earth, which are now, by the same word, are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men. All right. So again, Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai, he has special judgments reserved for America. All right. Special things and preservation for Babylon. All right. And a part of the Lord's judgments, you know, one of the tools that the Lord is going to use to jack this place up, bring fear to these Babylonians, you know, are newly created beasts, creatures that we've never seen before. You know, Yahweh Shema Shai, he's about to put these the worst fears, these people in their worst fears, the Lord is he's about to bring it to life. You know, reminds me of that movie Bird Box, right? The movie Bird Box, when whatever those individuals saw that made them bug out, made people off themselves. You know, that's about to be everyone's reality, because the Lord is he's about to give these people over to their worst nightmares. He's about to bring these people's worst nightmares to life, you know, in our dimension, because these are nothing but spirits created for vengeance. Another movie that comes to mind is that movie The Mist, right, where you just had all type of creatures never seen before, right, just plaguing people, man. You know, I always use this example, you know, I always say this, you know, because you got a lot of people that are scared of simple stuff, you know, cockroaches. You know, people are damn afraid of their own shadow. people get shook by their own shadow. You know, people are scared of spiders, right? You know, you got something called arachnophobia. A lot of people are scared of spiders. Well, it's going to be, what are you going to do when it's 8-legged freaks for real out here? You know, spiders as big as 3-story buildings. What are you going to do then? You know, because it's about to be, this is about to be everyone's worst nightmare, man. Everyone's worst nightmare is about to be in real life. The Lord's about to bring it to life. You know, let me see if I can find this. I know that's in Romans. And you know, when that time comes, man, there's not going to be anything that anyone is going to be able to do. Here it is, Esau. He's trying to, because you know the earth is only but so big, right? Here it is, Esau. He knows judgment's coming. This is why he's trying to leave Earth. He's trying to, you know, get the hell out of Dodge. But there's none that you're gonna be able to do to escape the Lord's judgment, the Lord's judgments. And that's, even the scriptures talk about how that's when it comes to one thing, man, you know, one thing that you don't want to have is the plague, a plague of the mind. And the Lord is about to plague these people's minds, because you know, it's bad enough, you know, it's bad enough you see something, right? Let's say you see something, you know, and you know, you try to close your eyes so you don't have to deal with that, whatever it is, right? You know, that's pretty much your way of escaping that moment, you know. And then you open your eyes, it turns out to be nothing. Right? But what are you going to do when the plagues are in your mind, right? You know, people are about to find out why the Lord is terrible. You know, the Lord is terrible. People are about to find out. And I'm going to use it. I'm going to get the account in dealing with those Egyptians, and how the Lord plagued those Egyptians, which the Lord is bringing that plague back to modern day Egypt. But I'm gonna get this in Romans. Romans chapter 2. Romans 2 and 3. And thinkest thou this, O man, that that judges them which do such things, and doest the same, that thou shalt escape the judgment of the Most High. That's not what I wanted. But nevertheless, the concept still applies. You think you're able to escape the Lord's judgment, the Lord's judgments? Because it's going to be back to back to back to back to back. You know, people are going to be in such a panic. You know, because it's just going to be one thing happening after another, right? The Lord is not going to give these people time to breathe. He's not going to give these people no break. It's just going to be non-stop, constant terror on all sides. You know, from sun up to sundown, day by day. You know, the Lord, man, he's not playing. You know, he's not playing. You know, and that's one of the, because I remember before when I was a kid, you know, because you know, a lot of us we had questions. You know, we had questions. You know, we were searching for stuff. You know, and eventually the Lord had it. The Spirit of the Lord had it to where we ran into this truth and our questions were answered. Right. Because one of the things that I used to search as a kid, growing up, I used to be big into those so-called conspiracy theories, man. I used to be big into the Bigfoot, you know, the Mothman, and all that stuff. You know, I used to be big in all that, you know. Of course, it makes sense now, but again, going into these newly created beasts, because these creatures, they're out there and they do exist. All right, they're just being reserved. All right, the Lord has them set aside for a specific time period. All right, which will be during Jacob's trouble. All right, things that we've never seen before. You know, like the Leviathan, to speak on Godzilla, right? Which Godzilla is based off of Leviathan, right? You know, not as well as all these other movies, the Kraken, you know, and all these other movies that depict these you know, giant sea creatures. You know, and that's one thing about the oceans. You know, that's one thing about the ocean. You know, the deeper you go down there, man, the more terrifying those creatures look. You know, what comes to mind is something called an anglerfish. You know, you look at an anglerfish, man, that thing is terrifying. It's a small fish, but that thing looks horrible. It looks terrifying, man. It looks terrible. You know, and just imagine all the other things that the Lord has lurking in the dark. You know, in the dark, in sea and on land. All right, in sea and on land. All right, and come this day of darkness, you know, the Lord's gonna bring these creatures to. He's gonna bring these creatures out, because these creatures do in fact exist. All right, like I said, you know, the werewolf. You know, like I said, Bigfoot, Sasquatch, and stuff like that. You know, these creatures do exist, and the Lord just has them set aside for a specific time period, man. These spirits created for vengeance. And on another note, I'll say this as well, because like the brothers out there did the video in LA, going into the, you know, the angel at their camp. You know, because that'll be another thing that's common as well. You know, it's going to become more and more common, you know, having these encounters with angels. All right, you know, so you know, it applies on both sides, you know, because the part of the spiritual power, part of the help from on high are the angels guiding the elect men, you know, guiding brothers in certain situations, you know. But you're also going to have those spirits on the right hand, and those creatures, those newly created beasts. I'm get that. Wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon 11. I'll start at verse Wisdom of Solomon 11. I'll start at 15. But for the foolish devices of their wickedness wherewith being deceived, they worshipped serpents void of reason. And the vile beasts, thou didst send a multitude of unreasonable beasts among them for vengeance, that they might know that wherewithal a man sinneth, by the same also shall he be punished. For the almighty hand that made the world of matter without form, wanted not means to send among them a multitude of bears and fierce lions, or unknown wild beasts, full of rage, newly created, breathing out either a fiery vapor or a filthy sense of scattered smoke, or shooting horrible sparks out of their eyes. So imagine that, imagine that you got little creatures, bugs shooting laser beams out their eyes. Imagine that, in a sense, because you do have certain bugs out there, they can shoot acid from their glands, they can shoot certain toxins from their skin and stuff like that. They can shoot acid, So just imagine, like I said, dealing with these newly created beasts, things that we've never seen before, right? Things that we've never seen before, creatures that we've never seen before, such as the Leviathan, right? Because Leviathan, one of the Leviathans, all right, and that's why, like I said, that's pretty much what prompted me to do this video, because more and more is becoming common of Leviathan sightings, right? Or reports of these just these large sea creatures, which there's many Leviathans, there's multiple Leviathans, all right, which Leviathan, that's the Lord's pet, and like I mentioned with the ocean, the deeper you go in the ocean, man, the more crazy those creatures look. Again, look up the anglerfish. If you don't know what an anglerfish is, look that up, man. That's a fish that it lives real deep in the ocean, in the waters, man, real deep, heavy depths, so just imagine what the Leviathan looks like, just imagine what the Leviathan looks like, man. Because Leviathan is going to make his grand entrance. Leviathan will make his grand entrance when the time comes. He's going to make his grand entrance, right? And just at the sight of these creatures that the Lord is going to expose to these people, man, just at the sight of these creatures is enough to cause people to have heart attacks. It's enough to, it's going to be enough for people's hearts are literally going to stop beating, just like that, because just out of sheer fear, just because of how horrible these creatures look, man. But the Lord, man, he has special things, creatures, man, newly created beasts, creatures that we've never seen before, and they're going to be in our age. Lord, wonder where that number, make no mistake about it. Like I said, you're going to have angels on the right hand, but you're going to have those spirits on the left hand as well. You might have it to where one of these newly created beasts, save you from martial law troops. You might be backed into a corner with your family, all right, and you call on the names of Yahweh Shemal Shai, and the next day, a newly created beast just pops up, and just murks all those martial law troops, man. Things like that will be happening. These spirits of vengeance, man, they're about to be activated. You've seen it more and more. All these reports. I saw one video. I forgot what nation it was, but basically this large, and it was out there in the ocean, I do believe. But they sent some ships out. They were trying to shoot this massive creature down. Whatever it was, they were trying to shoot this shit down. And that thing was huge. You know, bro, it was in the distance, so all you pretty much saw was the shadow of this massively large creature come up out of the water, come up out of the ocean, and all you seen was Esau's little bullets trying to, shoot at it, going in its direction. They were trying to shoot this thing down, you know. But yeah, man, the Lord has things on reserve. All right, newly created beasts, creatures that we've never seen before. All right, which a lot of these things, man, they're on reserve. You know, the Lord's gonna bring these people. He's gonna bring their worst nightmare in real life. You know, because those Egyptians, man, they caught hell. Those 3 days and 3 nights of darkness, man, those Egyptians caught hell. They seen all type of apparitions, and they heard things. It's gonna, and the Lord is bringing those plagues back. So how much more now? You know, it's about to get scary out here. As I always say, America's about to be the worst rated R movie of all time in real time. America's going to be the worst rated R movie of all time, live action, in real time. But the Lord has some things out here, man. You know, the Lord has some things out here. You know, people are more and more coming out with these reports of, being in the woods and seeing some shit. Seeing shit. Seeing creatures, man. They say that dinosaurs are extinct. No, the dinosaurs aren't extinct. No, they're just on reserve. The Lord has them wherever He has them. And when the time comes, man, hey, the Lord's gonna, He's gonna bring these creatures. He's gonna bring them out of their holes, man, wherever they're at. Wherever the Lord has them on reserve, the Lord's gonna bring them out. That is a part of the Lord's judgment, His judgments. All right, being torn to pieces by wild beasts, animals, creatures that we've never seen before. The Lord has some shit, man, especially reserved for America, as I read. It was just real quick. It just had me thinking, man, because the Lord is terrible. The Lord is scary, and these people are about to see that side. They're about to witness the terror of Yahweh Shemal Shai. So Lord, one of this is edifying, giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Shalom to you, hopefully elect. Until the next one.